So we get a webcam video again today, and I have my excuses. First excuse, I picked this up and it's out of batteries. I'm not going to mess with it. Second excuse, I'm completely blind right now. It's been a very, very long day. But today I actually wanted to make a video on something. I wanted to do a to be read video. First off, I want to read the Shiver series. This is not all of them, and I have read 2 of these already, but it was a long time ago. It was when they first came out. The other book is actually on my Kindle. Yes, I went through a Kindle phase. Sinner just came out, and I was actually one of the lucky ones to get a signed copy from Maggie Stiefvater. See? She is actually one of my favorite authors, so I'm very, very excited. I just haven't had the guts to just go read it all again because this is the last book and I know it's gonna end. Next book I want to read is Graceling by Kristen Cashore. I really know nothing about this book, but just by the cover it looks pretty awesome, so I'm really, really excited to read this one. Next book I want to read is honestly a big bucket list one. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Stephen King's Under the Dome. I watched the first episode of the Under the Dome series and really fell in love with the story and instantly went out and bought the book. I'm a big fan of Stephen King as a person. I tried to read it, but I couldn't quite get through it. I kept getting stuck and I actually got bored. The next book I really want to read this year is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. And I read the first book and actually really fell in love with it. It's so strange and it just really draws you in, and it's just such a weird world and I love it. The next one I want to read is actually one that Sarah is joining me in, and that is The Carrie Diaries. I know nothing about it. I just know Sex and the City. It's the girl in Sex and the City before she became Sex and the City. But we are wanting to read both these and the Sex and the City books. But we gotta start somewhere. And I'm really excited to read these because it sounds like something that I really like. And honestly, from what I've heard, I may actually relate to it. But I may be completely wrong. The next book I want to read is actually one that you're joining me in as well. And that is The Tea Rose. And I don't know much about it, just know it's pretty big and it's a historical fiction, and I love historical fiction, and it looks good and it looks elegant and I'm excited. Next one on the list is Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. And again, I don't know much about this novel, but it seems like a post-zombie apocalypse kind of novel. And it sounds like one that I'd really like. As if you couldn't tell, I tend not to read the backs of books a lot. I tend to go by the cover and the basic idea of, oh, this is a historical fiction about some girl in upper class or some girl in lower class. I tend not to read the backs of novels because I'm scared to death of something being given away. But this is my to be read list, and we'll see if I can read all of these books.